Okay, so let's get into this red car right here. What is this?
This is a 560 SEL Koenig Special, but this is actually custom made for us. We actually rescued this car from the UAE in Dubai. It was left in a junkyard to die, but we rescued it and we brought it back to life and we customized it fully. We did this beautiful red paint on it, and we did a full custom Italian white leather interior with this beautiful red pinstripe all throughout the interior. So this car hasn't been sat in much. I've only driven it a few times. But all the cars in the collection get driven, by the way. I've driven every single car almost on the floor here pretty much, other than the cars that just arrived recently that I haven't had a chance to drive yet, but we drive every car. We make sure every car gets on the road and they go to the beach and they go to different areas and different car shows. We don't just have them sitting on display. As you see right here, everything custom made. Even the floor has red piping on it. So very special. And this is another one of those tuners that we speak about. This tuner is called Koenig Special. So you guys would see a lot of these in the collection. You'll see the words KS, and he's the guy who did Willie Koenig. He did these crazy body kits right here. So you see this is like a Testarossa style kit, and that's something they would do in the 80s. Usually they would have BBS wheels. This one has Diablo or Countach looking old Lamborghini wheels. But yeah, this is one of the more extreme builds from the 1980s. You see this wing right here. There's a
that one tire alone is going to cost you $2,000, by the way.
These are super wide Pirelli tires. So that's the size of a double of a normal tire right there. These are the same size tires you would have on a Lamborghini. So they were trying to make these sedans and these coupes into basically supercars of the time,
Okay, and how much is something like this worth?
It's worth about $120,000.
Okay, so what is this blue car right here?
So you all know in the UK, in London, there's this famous store called Harrods. It's the #1 department store, the most expensive piece of property maybe in the world.
Right, well, the son of the owner of Harrods was the one that was dating Princess Diana, whose car was right over there.
Exactly. So
and both of them died in that car accident being chased by paparazzi.
In a Mercedes.
Right? Yeah, so this is actually Dodi Fayed, his father's car. This is an Al-Fayed car. This car was parked outside of Harrods in the UK as the official car of the Al-Fayed family. So Dodi Fayed would get driven around in it, his father would, and it's a fully bulletproof W126 limo. So it's bulletproof, it's bomb-proof, and it's made to just chauffeur you around in luxury all throughout the 1980s. So really an amazing car.
Yeah, so it's
bulletproof and bomb-proof.
Yeah, so bulletproof because if you look at the thickness of the windows, they're bulletproof, and bomb-proof because underneath there's actually a bomb plating underneath this car. So it was meant to be able to take on full explosions and everything at the time. Being the richest man that wasn't a member of the royal family in London at the time, a lot of targets on him, and also as he found out through what happened through Diana, you never know with the royal family. You gotta keep things tight.
If they were in this car when the car crash happened, would they have survived?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
This, look, if you talk about the wheels right here, even the wheels, you can't even, these are not conventional wheels. These are bulletproof wheels. You can see by the shape, these are run flats. They're also bomb-proof. And then the windows, of course, you have insane, the doors are super heavy. And then you have these thick windows right here.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
So you could shoot up that window.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. You have all around too. The windshield, you see the plating up to here. This is all plating that goes so the engine and everything is protected. And the doors weigh a ton, front and back. Inside the car, you actually have a loudspeaker, so you can talk to people outside with the windows up. So you don't have to open the windows to be able to talk to them. So you also have this old school cell phone that probably still works. So yeah, man, this is the height of security in the 1980s and 1990s. You couldn't get any more secure than an S-Class. And you can see right here how thick these doors are. If you come over here, you can see the door frame, how thick it is. This is not normal right here. This is something different. See this? You can see the thickness right here on the door frame, and this door weighs a ton, like at least maybe 400 to 500 pounds.
Okay, so this car right here, and it's got a story behind it. How much is it worth?
Given the history and given their photos of it in period with the family and all of those, I'd say you're looking probably around $500,000 to $600,000 in terms of value. And it's unique because it's probably the best example of a bulletproof car from this era that exists, and the family history and the tie into Princess Diana. It just ends up being very valuable because of that too. I think a regular one that didn't have the history and the story, you're looking at probably 200K, but it just amplifies it that much more. And it's a museum piece, it's not going anywhere,
Yeah, we definitely have a few bulletproofs in the collection, and we're gonna show you another one in just a moment right now.
Okay, so this car right here has an interesting story behind it.
Yes, so this belonged to a former sheikh of Saudi Arabia, Khalid bin Sultan. He's currently the defense minister, I believe, and this was his Ritz-Carlton car in France. He kept this at the Ritz-Carlton in France, and this is a bulletproof W140, which is what we call the chassis. So yeah, this is a very, very interesting build, and you have the super bulletproof. So this is more bulletproof than the last one. This one's super heavy, and you have the regular bulletproof glass, and then you have this extra thick 1/4 inch Mercedes conventional glass on top of it. And this car is also a bomb-proof, bulletproof car. The doors weigh a ton. The back door weighs, I don't even know how much, maybe 500-700 pounds maybe. This thing is crazy heavy, and it has a lot of history because it carried around, you know, sultans and dignitaries in Saudi Arabia and France. So yeah, so 140s were the most over-engineered Mercedes ever made, the W140s of the 1990s, and they just took it to the next level for VVIPs like this guy right here with the super bulletproof cars.
The price of a car like this?
Usually, like a W140, you can literally find them on Craigslist run down for $5,000. This one's worth about $250,000. I mean, $250,000 to $300,000 because it's a bulletproof and who it belonged to.
Okay. Have there been situations where these cars were shot up or bombs went off?
Yes, of course, many times.
Many times.
We've seen cars with bullet holes in them.
Really?
Yes, like we have different stories we can't see on camera right now, but we'll talk off record. But there's cars that we have in the Middle East that belong to certain people, and you know, serious people.
Cars were shot up.
People. Yeah, 100%. Of course. I mean,
and the bulletproof glass are still intact.
Yeah, like so what will happen when you shoot a bulletproof glass is there are multiple layers. So the first layer will have a puncture in it or a shatters, and from the back you can still see everything intact. So you can be inside and see the bullet hole on the other side, which is pretty interesting.